Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Some tourist attractions are so crazy and dangerous, they can give you goosebumps right across your screen. So, hold tight as we take you to the scariest tourist destinations in the world. 500-foot-high bridge, southwestern China. Deep abyss and nothing but a knot securing you from falling. This bridge couldn't have been scarier than it is. And, oh yes, the safety harness is not actually that much secure. It once got unfastened whilst a man was still crossing the bridge. So, a question mark on safety, palpitating hearts, and trembling legs. Crossing this bridge is not a walk in the park. Frankly speaking, China has its fair share of dangerous and scary bridges. The shattering glass bridge with LEDs, which scares the tourists out of their wits. The swinging bridge, which quite literally makes tourists go numb right on the point. And now, their big sister, this high-altitude gap bridge. Cherry on top. So, are any of these bridges on your bucket list? Tell us in the comments section. Sleeping on the mountainside. Unbelievable height, never-ending thrill, and the lingering fear of falling down. Rock climbers are always close to their end, and still, they practice this crazy sport. Well, we can all call them fanatics or whatnot, but nowadays, they are known to get rest while rock climbing. Like this. This is the G7 pod, specifically designed for rock climbers to rest, sleep, or eat during their zealous activity. It's a lightweight, 4-season insulated, inflatable ledge that can be attached to the side of the mountain. And voila! Rest there for as long as you want. Sleeping on the side of a cliff. Now that's something I can never think of doing. But again, who's going to rock climb in the first place to sleep on the side of a mountain? Not me. Definitely. Stairway to Heaven, Austria. Are you looking for an easier way to reach heaven? Well, look no further than Austria's Stairway to Heaven. One misstep, and you will plunge straight into a depth of 2,296 feet, landing straight into heaven, and thus, the Stairway to Heaven. This 40-meter-long ladder acts as a bridge to cross a huge gorge in Donnerkogel via Ferrata. The climber has to clip in and out of fixed rope sections throughout the climb towards the summit. But believe me, it's easier said than done. The NEVIS Catapult, New Zealand. Have you ever thought about being shot into the air? If your answer is yes, then this ride in New Zealand is perfect for you. By now, we have seen almost everything from people jumping off buildings to people jumping off cliffs. But this attraction is unique. It's the world's biggest catapult for humans. It will have you be propelled 150 meters out across the Nevis Valley like a superhero, piercing through the air at exhilarating speed, followed by a thrilling rebound that guarantees an adrenaline rush like no other. Devil's Pool, Victoria Falls, Zambia. The Devil's Pool at the edge of Victoria Falls is still a hotspot for tourists and adrenaline junkies because of the breathtaking view it provides. People can swim and look beyond the edge of the falls into the bottomless canyon below. So, what makes this pool so dangerous? According to the guides there, most of the tragedies happen when people slip off the rock. And if the risk wasn't enough, there are hippos and crocodiles in those waters as well. So if being on the edge of the world's largest falls with hippos and crocs sounds like your cup of tea, you know where to find it. Edgewalk, Toronto. This tourist hotspot in Canada is not for the people with acrophobia. Done at the top of the infamous CN Tower in Toronto, This walking on the edge activity will put you on the edge of your seats as you walk on the literal edge of the CN Tower 116 stories above Toronto, or sit on the edge with not but a safety harness securing you. Although pretty safe and an amazing view is guaranteed, this walk among the clouds is definitely not something for the faint of hearts. Rafting in Colorado River. Although whitewater rafting is a dangerous sport, doing it in the Colorado River has its own dangers. If you listen carefully to your guide, your trip might just be saved. Every second, thousands of cubic feet of water flows through the Grand Canyon, creating eddies in the river. And not only that, the water of the Colorado River is extremely cold. If you're not cautious, you can get hypothermia. If thrown into the water, you might actually drown. So there's a long list of dangers, but only one perk: an everlasting experience of thrill and adrenaline. KHUMBU Icefall, Mount Everest. Alert! There is a chance of a lot of things happening to you if you go scaling Everest, but this one is beyond dangerous. Don't worry, the man was just fine and he was rescued by his mates. But still, Mount Everest in Nepal, located around the China-Nepal border, attracts hundreds of climbers, including professional mountaineers, every year, with significant life-threatening dangers such as altitude sickness, weather, and wind, as well as hazards from avalanches and the KHUMBU Icefall. As of 2019, over 300 people have died on Everest, many of whose bodies remain on the mountain. So if you're not a professional, trained, or highly skilled climber, this location is not for you. Base jumping Norway. Jumping off the cliff at Gjøvik in Norway is about as extreme as experiences can get. Every summer in Norway, hundreds of experienced base jumpers gather around to celebrate the annual Helleboogie event, where the thrill seekers dive off a cliff wearing a wingsuit and a parachute. Gjøvik is a 984-meter high fjord that goes steep down towards the rocky bed and icy cold waters. After jumping from there, you will only get 15 seconds before you hit the valley down below. So, make sure your parachute and the rescue boat are working before you jump. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick has truly nailed our topic, as it represents the world's most dangerous, scariest, and deadliest hiking trail. It hails from China and is called the Mount Huashan Hike Trail. The plank walk on Mount Huashan is dubbed as one of the most difficult and dangerous hikes around the world. Hikers walk across a few planks of wood bolted into the side of a 7,000-foot peak to reach a small shrine hanging by just a safety harness. The trail is described as a spiritual journey by those who have completed the hike. Royal Gorge Bridge. The Royal Gorge Bridge is a source of attraction for the adventure-seeking tourists. The Royal Bridge provides a heart-pumping bungee jumping experience from the height of 321 meters, boasting the title of World's Highest Bungee Jump. Located 1,200 feet above Arkansas River is another thrilling attraction, the Cannon Swing. It's the world's scariest sky coaster. The operators first lift the adventurers high off the ground, and on the count of 3, they release the swing from the top of a 31-meter high tower. The swing can reach up to a speed of 50 miles per hour. Royal Gorge Bridge is a paradise for adventurers. Skyscraper Swing, Dolomite, Italy. Located at the top of Mount Kronplatz at 2,275 meters above sea level is this giant swing. If you've ever wanted to swing around the edge of a mountain, now you can. you will be hoisted up to a height of 15 meters by a cable and some steel ropes. Once you're high up in the air, all you have to do is to unclick the fastening and it will launch you through the air. From there, you can enjoy the beautiful scenery if you're brave enough to open your eyes. It is an absolute must for all the adrenaline junkies who are planning their trip to New Zealand. That's all for today's video. See you next time!